There is literally a vibe in Punta Cana.
Free app that is available to everyone. It's unheard of.
This is the Punta Cana story.
There is no American dream. I have a Dominican dream.
Is making money stopping you from moving to Punta Cana? I'm here with Stephanie Vasquez, who is a social media influencer, and she's here to tell us how to make money online before you make that move to Punta Cana. Hi, Stephanie. How are you?
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here with you, Cheryl.
Yes. So I love this, and I actually changed up my introduction right here on the spot with you because normally I say, my name is Cheryl Henderson. Welcome to the Punta Cana Podcast. And you just said, never start out with your name. So, I'm a quick learner. Talk to us about your businesses and social media and how to make money being an influencer online.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And you just put me in the spot. We did that like right out of nowhere, but it's a pleasure to share it with you. So I basically needed to do something online. Because I always wanted to move to the Dominican Republic. It was always my dream to live here. I was born and raised in New York, but my roots are from Dominican Republic. So learning how to make money online, I've done a lot of different things. But what I'm doing currently is called digital marketing. And digital marketing is basically the selling of digital products, you can say, right? A digital product is anything you can download it to your phone. An ebook. A guide. Let's say you find someone online that has really amazing fitness results and you purchase their guide, right? That's a digital product. A course can be a digital product. Anything downloadable is a digital product. Now, with digital marketing, you purchase a course, right? You start with a course. That's the way that I started. I learned everything that I needed to know along the lines of making money online, affiliate marketing, branding yourself, how to elevate your brand online, how to start from zero, right? How to create an Instagram. A lot of people don't know how to even create an Instagram. So you learn how to do those things so that you're able to build a business around the niche or a topic or an audience related to you. Now, a lot of people don't realize the skills that they have. They don't realize the value that they bring to the marketplace. Maybe they are really good at the kitchen. They know how to cook. They could create a guide around that. Or maybe they love nutrition and they want to do something along those lines. Or even knowledge that you have about anything. It could be real estate. It could be your prior business. Maybe you were a great secretary and you want to create a guide for secretaries on how to perform their job the best way possible. So these courses, they'll teach you how to do that, but at the same time, they generate you income because they come with something called master resale rights, which gives you the authority to resell the course as well. So not only does it teach you, but you can also make money in that way as well.
That is so interesting. I mean, so whatever skills someone might have, just package it up and get a license and then sell it.
So the course comes with the license.
Oh.
So you don't have to get it. So you purchase the course and it comes with it. So you have a choice. You can either create your own digital product using your knowledge that you learn in the course, or if you're saying, you know what, I don't really want to create a product, I just want to resell the course to help other people, you can do that as well. So you have an option. But the skills that you learn are high income skills. So they will make you money regardless of whether you choose to resell the course or not. As you can also do affiliate marketing, which is promoting other people's brands or products for a commission.
Oh, that is so interesting.
And you can do that online, all of it.
Okay, and you have some online businesses currently that are generating income for you so that you can live in sunny Punta Cana, live your best life here.
Yes.
So tell us about your businesses and how they're doing.
So I do everything through Instagram. That is my main source of income. Believe it or not, a free app that is available to everyone. And we don't realize, right? Sometimes we just spend time scrolling on the app, but we don't realize it's actually a tool that can generate us income. So I have been generating income from Instagram for the past 7 years. I used to be a banker. I loved being a banker, but I didn't feel happy just because of the simple fact that I'm a free spirit. I love to travel. I love to own my time. And having a 9-to-5, unfortunately, does not give you that. So even though I was making 6 figures in the banking world, I actually worked for one of the biggest banks in the United States for 8 years. I was always looking for something else. And that's when I saw online and I saw that you could actually generate money online. So that is the way that I've been generating income from when I lived in the United States, in New York, and that's how I was able to move here to Punta Cana 3 years ago by doing that. So Instagram is my main source, and what I do is I help people to make more money. If they want to make more money, I help people. And I also help them if they have some goals, like, for example, nutrition goals. I also help folks with their nutrition if they want to lose weight, if they want to be healthier. That's something as well that I do all through social media.
Nice. That is so interesting. So you went from corporate America, banking, 9 to 5, suits, pumps, to online.
100% online.
In your pajamas if you want.
Basically. Actually, most of the time in my pajamas. And something that I discovered when I got here, Cheryl, as well, was real estate. I never got exposed to that ever. But when I arrived here in the Dominican Republic, I saw that there were opportunities here that are totally unknown, that regular schmegular people like me can actually take advantage of and create an income source for themselves as well. So I've been doing that as well.
Exactly. And you have invested in various projects here, and you like investing pre-construction.
Correct.
Tell us about that.
That's the key. Blueprint, right? That is the magic word. My husband and I have been here for 3 years now. And, thank God we've been able to invest in 9 properties as of now. So most of them, I want to say 90% are in Punta Cana. Some are in other parts of the country. And it's all been because you have the opportunity to buy a blueprint and pay it off, in very comfortable payments. Something that back in the States doesn't even exist.
Right, right. So sometimes I do talk about pre-construction. And pre-construction is a great opportunity, not only for the payment plan, but also because when you buy pre-construction, you can enjoy appreciation throughout the construction process. So I'm sure that if you've had some time in these investments, that you've possibly noticed an appreciation or the values have gone up.
It's actually crazy. We've literally been able to make over 100% profit in some of the properties we've purchased.
That's how it is.
It's just crazy. I mean, it's unheard of back in the States. I mean, I never even saw myself as a real estate investor because it was like so far-fetched for me, economically speaking. But now you can literally get into these deals early on, and not only are you, like you say, having comfortable, flexible payments a month, but then you also are able to make a decision at the time of, when you get the property. You either can sell it and you can make a pretty penny, or you can decide to rent it, long-term, short-term. The opportunities are endless, especially here in Punta Cana, because there's so much demand and things are just going, everybody wants to come here, and I don't blame them. I mean, I love it here.
I do too, and I really love hearing you say this. I did not pay her to say any of this because I'm in real estate and I'm always talking about properties and buying pre-construction and appreciation. It is really the best, and there are such incredible opportunities here throughout all of Punta Cana, and also with Boardwalk, which is my builder, and we have made a lot of people a lot of money.
That's the best part. And people don't know about it. So I want to officially thank you for doing this, because you're creating awareness.
Yes.
A lot of people don't know, right? And as a person that's savvy in the real estate world, you can do that, right? I'm just a person that decided to take a deep dive into it, just try it. I've always been a person that I'm not scared of change. I'm not scared of taking chances in life. That's who I am. So I remember during the pandemic, that's when I first came to be here, because I couldn't take it anymore in New York. If you know how I went over there, it was absolutely crazy. And I was driving myself nuts. So I said, I'm going to the DR. I rented an Airbnb just temporarily, and I ended up staying here, selling my apartment in New York, and never going back.
Oh my goodness, this is that story. This is the Punta Cana story. I came, I saw, and I didn't want to leave.
And I didn't want to leave. And that's when a friend of mine introduced me to real estate. It was the most, it was the craziest thing, because we were just having lunch, and she was going to see a property. She's like, hey, you want to come with us? After this, we're going to go see a property in Blueprint, that we're going to see the land, because when you buy in Blueprint, you don't really have anything to see.
No.
So
just dirt.
Right. So I went with her to see what she was going to buy. And I was like, oh my God, this is interesting. I kind of want to learn more. So next day I went to a presentation, or sort of like a expo, I would say, right, of the properties. And I was like, what do you mean that I can separate a property with this much, and that I'm going to pay this much monthly? give me two. Like I literally, we bought two. By that time we were dating, my husband and I was like, you're getting one and I'm getting one. And that's how we that's how we sort of started this whole thing. And then as I did that and I started seeing how the payments were so convenient, I was like, I want more. Yes. I want more. I want to do this. And, then again, we got some properties, we sold them, then we got more money. And that's how we've been able to continue doing this.
Beautiful. That is beautiful. And I'm sure that there are folks who are wondering, like, what are these numbers? Generally, to separate a property, it can be anywhere from $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, just a couple $1,000s. And then you can go into payment plans that can have you paying $1,000 or $2,000, $3,000 monthly.
Correct.
Like really reasonable. If you are working and gainfully employed, you don't need to have a whole bank account or a vault somewhere full of money. No, you can buy in pre-construction and have these properties. You can earn equity along the way. Like you said, sell it when you receive the keys, turn around and flip it. That's called flipping.
Correct.
Or make ongoing income either by short-term rentals or long-term rentals. A lot of people are making money here, and you too. So
absolutely,
that is really great. A really great way to actually earn income here as well too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's crazy because I started this. I was sort of like the first one in my family to take that jump. And at first, my parents, they're Dominicans, 100% born and raised in the Dominican Republic. And for them, they still have this perception, unfortunately, or not anymore. They had when I first started, like, oh, you have to be careful, like you're gonna lose your money, like just be careful, And I was like, Mom, that it's not. When you were here, that's not where we're living today. Mm-hmm. This is back then it was 2021. And, things have changed. And there's opportunities here for us, especially for Dominicans that want to come back to live in their country.
Yes.
Because I know
for
that
anybody.
For me, and this is, this is just me being honest, for me, there is no American dream. I have a Dominican dream. Like, my dream is Dominican, and it was to live here in my country.
Beautiful.
And I've been able to make that a reality by just thinking outside the box and taking a look at opportunities, which I feel is what holds us back the most, because we just think everything is a scam. We think everything is, no, you can't do that. Like, that sounds too good to be true. But it's like, no, there are things in life that are really that good, and you can take advantage of them if you're just willing to take a look. So fast forward, now my parents have 3 properties. Okay,
but you're so good. You need to be a sales agent. Look, we're gonna have a conversation.
A lot of people tell me that, but I don't know if I have the patience.
I know. So let's see how good I am, because if they're telling you, I'm gonna tell you too. See how this ends out. So thank you for that. You have dreamed of the perfect Caribbean beach lifestyle. With Boardwalk Developments, we have the blueprint for you in this tropical paradise. Celebrate incredible returns when you elevate your investment portfolio with the hottest real estate in Punta Cana. Invest wisely, live lavishly. We'll show you how. Contact Boardwalk Developments, Punta Cana. So your parents are Dominican, however, you were born and raised in New York. So I'm sure you speak Spanish.
I do, yes.
And you have a background of the Dominican culture,
yes.
However, you had never lived here. How was the transition? Was it easier having Dominican parents? Or tell us about that.
Yeah, so I think yes, because of the simple fact that, back home we eat Dominican food, we spoke in Spanish, we were always very rooted to our Dominican culture. And every single vacation that I took was to the Dominican Republic. I mean, I would come every summer, my family, I have tons of family here in the country, so I would always come. But of course, it's a different thing to live here than it is to come and visit. But I have to say that for me, it was really smooth. I think because it was such a strong desire in my heart to live here, just because every time I came, I felt such peace. I don't know if that's a thing, but I feel like home is home.
That is a thing. That is a thing. It really is a thing. There's a vibe. We talk about that. There is literally a vibe in Punta Cana. So.
There is something when you get here that you just feel like you just never want to leave.
Exactly.
Right? So even though I was born and raised in New York, that never felt like home for me. And I love New York, so many things about it, but I knew that wasn't home for me. I wasn't happy. So when I came here and it was like, okay, I'm done. It was a one-way ticket. I felt such peace. I felt such happiness, and I was just excited. So everything that I faced it with excitement, as opposed to like, oh, this is a problem, or this is going to be an issue, you know, because obviously not everything is peachy pink. Let's just be honest, right? There's always things that we need to adapt to. But what I always told myself, I have this saying, right? I'm going to share it with you. And I share it with everybody that comes to live in the Dominican Republic by choice. So there are things that are maybe you have to adapt to. For example, me, as a New Yorker, this was very slow paced for me, right?
Like I can imagine.
Over there is like chop, chop, I need it yesterday. Here is like, what do you mean? Like, let's talk, let's like slow down. You can't come with pressure. You can't go to a business establishment and expect them to do things. I mean, I'll give you a prime example. I had to come in an Uber today because there was an issue with my car. I took it, right, to the mechanic or whatever that's called, and they said, we'll give it to you in a few hours. It's been 3 days.
Okay.
So with that being said, Caribbean time, right? For me, that was definitely a challenge because I'm very like, chop, chop, let's get it done. But the saying is, you are here by choice, Stephanie. You are choosing to be here. So no need to complain about anything, because it's my choice to be here, right? So having that mindset and always reminding myself is a choice. Maybe if I'm driving and somebody cuts me off and I don't like it, although you don't really see that in Punta Cana, but if I'm in another, like Santo Domingo, you see that all the time. I just have to be honest, sorry, that's the truth. Then I remind myself, okay, you're in this country by choice. And it just kind of like takes me back to just relaxing.
So Stephanie, they do it here too. I don't know what roads you drive on.
Well,
we do have more than one these days.
So but I'm not always in the road because I work from home.
Right.
So that's the thing for me.
That's true.
I don't really have to deal with that.
Okay, that's nice.
I don't have to deal with it. Only when I'm going to the gym, which I go every single morning.
Okay, that's so nice. And we've talked about driving. I mean, that's a theme here. The driving in Punta Cana. Be careful. But I totally agree with you. It is mindset. Mm-hmm. If you have in your mind that the reasons why you love it. So what I actually tell people is remember why you love it here. Like, what is your why? Because it is not hectic. Because the people take the time to say hello. It is friendly. The weather is nice. So, you know, that's what you get.
Yeah, when you weigh it, it's like the bad is nothing compared to the good. Right. And that's why, for me, there's no really bad. It's just adjustments. Yes. Right? That you adjust to, because obviously me coming from New York, such a fast-paced city, is inevitable. Right? Mm-hmm. It's inevitable that you are going to be in that rush. And still today, like, I find myself walking really fast and I'm like, Stephanie, where are you going? Like,
slow down.
Slow down.
Yeah.
You know?
And do you slow down?
I do. I literally do. Sometimes I'm like walking and my husband looks at me. He's like, you okay? I'm like, yeah. You know, it's like,
I'm okay. But it is an adjustment. And I tell you something, it took me a lot of years to adjust. Yeah. I mean, I've been here for 18 years now, and it took me a lot of years to adjust.
18 years. That's amazing.
It's a lot.
All time in Punta Cana.
The whole time in Punta Cana, except for the first 3 months. I did spend 3 months from June to September in La Romana, in Casa de Campo.
Beautiful.
And then I moved here for my son to start school. And the rest is history.
Wow, that's goals right there. That's amazing.
Yeah, and it was the same. I just felt comfortable here. And being an Army brat and moving all over the world and living everywhere, abroad and everywhere, I've never lived anywhere for a long time. But when I moved here, it was like,
this is home.
That's it. And there were times, a lot of times I was like, do I stay? Do I go? Whatever. And I never could come to the conclusion where I would go, because I have been so many places. There was nowhere else for me to go but to stay here, and I'm really, really happy here.
That is beautiful. Yeah, it feels like home. It's like, it doesn't matter. I travel a lot, right? So because I do a lot of, content and events and things like that, I travel often. And every time I'm away for like 2 days, I'm like, I want to go home. I want to go home. And it's so crazy because I'm traveling. I was in the Bahamas 2 weeks ago with my husband for our vacation, and 2 nights in, like, I'm not kidding you, I'm like, I'm ready to go home. Yeah. Like, I just love my home, the peace. You have help here, which is something that I love. I just love that. Like, that is like a thing that has kept me here. Like, sometimes I say to my husband, he jokes, right? And he's like, babe, wouldn't you want to live, I don't know, he mentions a country or whatever, because my brother lives in Australia, right? Mm-hmm. And we visited him last year. We loved Australia. Like, we loved it. It's a beautiful country. Nature, like, it's just amazing. And I said, not if I can't take Marta. So she's the person that helps us at home. I'm like, if I can take her, then I'll go anywhere because it makes a difference in my life.
Yes.
And I also know that I'm helping her, and she's like family to us now.
And this is something that is at the top of my list too.
You're my girl.
Sometimes people ask me, do you think you'll ever go back? And I just think to myself, no, because I don't want to think about cleaning toilets or how much it might cost to get help. It's incredible. And it is so reasonable here to have full-time help, which is such a bonus. It improves the lifestyle.
Absolutely.
It improves your lifestyle. Gives you more time.
Absolutely. That's what I was going to say. It makes you be able to earn more for your time because you are able to, sometimes, and I've always been big on this, right? I have this philosopher, this motivational speaker that I always listen to. His name is Jim Rohn. He's no longer with us, but
everybody knows Jim Rohn. We know Jim Rohn.
Okay, good.
We know Jim Rohn.
Good. Sometimes people don't, and I'm like, how do you not know Uncle Jim? But anyway, so I love him so much, and he always says, if you can pay someone to do something for you so you can free up your time, do it. Right? Like your time is so valuable, and I feel like people don't realize that. And that's something that you can do here in the Dominican Republic, and it doesn't cost you that much.
Exactly.
And you can change someone's life because, there are people here that need that. They literally, there's nothing else that they can do. And you're providing them with that, and at the same time, you're getting help. It's like a win-win.
It is totally a win-win, and I love to hear you say that because sometimes people, and it's very affordable. So that's number one. It is ridiculously super affordable. It could be $300, $400 a month.
A month for full-time help.
Exactly. And sometimes people say, oh my gosh, that's so little. How do they live off of that? But I always say that really goes a long way. What would you say?
Absolutely, especially according to their lifestyle.
Yes.
Right? And in my case, the person that helps us, I love her so much. She's been with us since day one. Okay, before we got married, she's been the same one. We pay her a lot more. We pay her maybe close to like $550 or something like that. But that's because we want her to be extremely happy, okay, and like never leave, and like love her job and take care of her job. And for her, that is a world. Like it makes a world of a difference, right? Because they pay very little. They live in the rural areas of Punta Cana, right? So their expenses are not high.
Exactly.
Right? And things
it's relative.
And I know that, Punta Cana is more expensive than anywhere else in the country, but it's still cheaper than the States, 100 for one. Like, it's just, that is not even a discussion. So it goes a long way, believe it or not.
It does. And because in the rural areas, they really don't have a lot of expenses.
No.
So it is very, very relative. And I love to hear you say that. So you've mentioned a couple of times, my husband.
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about your husband.
My boo.
These are some of the top reasons you should stay at Hotel Las Flores in Punta Cana. The beach. That's one of the nicknames for the wellness area here at Hotel Las Flores. This is where you can enjoy yoga, meditation, and all types of feel-good activities. Namaste. I love the water. And here at Hotel Las Flores, we have a prosperity fountain. This is where you can come and attract abundance. And I love the way Christopher makes the cocktails. Pina colada is my favorite. I mean, look at this. The flowers, the garden, the pool, the tropical ambience. Need I say more? You can get relaxation and holistic massages with Nati. The beds are so comfortable. You sleep like a baby. And the views are spectacular. We'll see you soon at Las Flores Hotel in Punta Cana.
So my boo, that's how I get
love that.
when I talk about him. So we actually have a crazy story, but I'm gonna try to make it brief.
Tell your story. Tell your love story.
We even have a YouTube video, girl, that has gone viral because my husband's best friend is a videographer. That's how you say it. And for our wedding, his gift was like our story on YouTube. So maybe we can link it somewhere.
Of course, in the description.
It's literally our story stretches 20 years. So
wow.
When I was 13, he was my first kiss. I don't know what business I was doing kissing anyone, but yes. But then my parents and I, you know, we lived in the States. We left to the States, so there was no way for us to stay in touch. I was here in the DR when that happened. He's here, born and raised in the Dominican Republic. So we disconnected for 20 years, literally 20 years. I married someone else. I had a whole life. He had a whole life as well. And then during the pandemic, 20 years later, we reconnected. So we reconnected, we started talking through social media, we started just doing FaceTime and talking, and we realized we still really liked each other, we loved each other. Like literally, wow. It was so quickly. We started talking in the pandemic, and I think it was like August, no, it was more like September. We got married in April of the following year.
Wow. So was that what, 6 months or
it was kind
4
of, yeah,
months?
a little bit over, yeah. So 3 months into talking, we got engaged. February of 2021, and then we got married April of 2021.
Wow. And where did you get married? Tell me a little bit about the wedding.
We got married in Las Terrenas in Samaná.
Oh.
I love Samaná. I love the greenery. I love, you know, that side of the country is beautiful. So we rented a villa for 25 people because it was still post-pandemic. It was very close to pandemic, you know, April 2021. So still small groups. So it was just 25 of us. We rented a villa that was able to host all of our family that was going to be at the wedding. So everyone stayed in the same place.
Wow.
And we just got married there, and it was amazing. It was like a dream. It was everything that I ever could have imagined. Like, it was beautiful. It was so amazing. And who needed to be there was there. Beautiful,
beautiful story. So you can find love in the DR.
Yes, you can. Real love.
Yes, real love. You know, I did too. But it wasn't somebody I had known 20 years. But it's almost like literally the opposite, because the first day we got together, he was like, I'm going to stay with you forever and I'm never going to leave your side. And I'm just like, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm like,
that's beautiful.
It was beautiful, but I was just kind of like, oh, well, you know, we'll see about that.
My husband did say that to me when I was married to someone else. So you never know. He did. And he emailed me one day randomly. He's like, you know, I know you don't believe me, but we're going to end up together.
Wow.
And here we are.
Destiny.
We're here.
Yes.
We're together. What's meant for you is meant for you. No matter what happens, no matter how many years go by.
Yes.
Our story is a true testament of that, because I came to the Dominican Republic, like I shared earlier, in the pandemic. I was feeling so overwhelmed with what was happening, and I knew things weren't that bad here in the DR. So I said, I'm going back to my country. So I came here with a 3-month time. Then he's here as well, because he actually lived in Colombia. He didn't live here anymore. He was living in Colombia because from his company, they took him over there. He's been with the company for 15 years now. So they took him abroad, and he was living in Colombia. He came to also be with his family because he was lonely. I came to be here because I just needed to get away from the craziness, and we connected here. And
that is like destiny, really. He was there, you were there, you ended up here.
No games.
First kiss.
That's right. And when I saw him the first time, I was like, that's it. We need to be together. Like, I knew it from the moment that we connected again. I knew that we were going to be together. And it was beautiful. And we actually decided that we were going to live in Punta Cana when we were in Playa Esmeralda. Have you been to Playa Esmeralda?
Yes.
In Miches.
It's beautiful.
So that's one of my favorite beaches. I have a lot of favorite beaches because I love beaches. And we have choices here, right? We have plenty of choices. And we were there just, with our friends, with our family, like on vacation mode kind of thing. And that's where we decided. We were just in the beach and we were like, okay, we're going to do this. Like, we're going to be together. We're going to get married. We're going to do the whole nine. So, like, where are we going to live? Mm-hmm. So all of his family lives in Santo Domingo. And I also have family in Santo Domingo. We have no family in Punta Cana.
Wow. But are you thinking to build a family in Punta Cana?
We would love to.
Okay.
We would love to. God's blessing, that's our goal. We want to build a family here. We have a dog now. Her name is Kira, and she's my life. So that's the little bit of a family we've built so far, but we would like to have a family in the future. But we knew we didn't want to live in Santo Domingo. It's a very developed city. It's great for a lot of people, but it's not great for us. The lifestyle that we wanted, the peace of mind that we wanted, the not crazy traffic, we just really wanted to have more peace. So we were like, why don't we stay here? Like, we love it here. We were staying in an Airbnb, in Cocotal, and we loved it, and we were like, we could live here, and we literally rented the apartment next door, and we stayed.
That is incredible. It was like everything
That's how
was
we are.
really.
We're quick.
It's all lined up. It's all their mindset.
I don't waste time thinking about things. When I feel them, I act on them. That's just my way of living life.
That is great. And that is a part of what I believe living in Punta Cana is all about. Really, that there's a vibe. Everything is relaxed.
Yep.
No stress. Make a decision. Find love.
Have fun.
Do
be
business.
happy.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah, for sure.
If you want to get rich in real estate, download my PDF.
Stephanie, as a part of our podcast, we always take a question from our subscribers. So I'm going to give you this box and you're going to pick a question out of it and then I'll read it to you.
Ooh, all right. I got this. There you go.
Let's see what they say. What are the first steps for starting an online marketing business?
All right. That's
Because
a great
that's
question.
what you do.
That's what I do.
What's the first step?
So I would say that the first step is having an open mind
Okay.
to learn, right? The way that I can help you, right? Because I'm talking about me in this case, is I will find out what your goal is. Because not everybody has the same goal. Not everybody's looking for the same thing. There are people that are looking to just make some extra income to get by. There are other people that are looking for full-time income. There are people that are looking to complement what they already do. So depending on that is the recommendation that I would make. Then having that willingness to learn. Because what you're going to be doing is you're going to be getting a course that is going to teach you exactly how to do it. From the ground up, A through Z, all things digital marketing, and also how to set up your business so that it can run on auto. So you can literally make money while you sleep. Yeah, Cheryl. I made $1,000 while I was sleeping right before I came to this podcast.
Really? So where are we going for lunch?
You choose. Citrus is actually my favorite spot, so you let me know. I said that in the video.
I'm just joking. But really, this is so incredible and amazing. And I expect that this will be super helpful to our subscribers who are expats generally living in the United States or Canada and wondering how to get to Punta Cana, especially if they're still needing to make income. So I think this information is incredible, and I thank you so much for that. So how can people reach out to you to get more of this knowledge and sign up for your courses?
I love that. So Instagram is my platform. I am present on Instagram, and maybe you can put my handle, but it is basically Steph Boss Babe. You know.
I like that.
You like
Boss
that?
Babe.
That's my digital marketing page where I share all about things digital marketing. And then I have a lifestyle page where I share about my life here in Punta Cana more. And that is Stephanie and my initials, RVO.
Gotcha. Stephanie, thank you so much for being a part of the Punta Cana Podcast today.
I'm so happy and grateful.
Thank you so much. And if you have not already subscribed, please do subscribe. Make a comment in the comments, and we will see you on a future episode. Thank you.